What's up, guys? Real quick one. I'm not really doing much of anything, but the XLCH, well, went through all these the other day, got that all fixed. Every bike in here is working and running. Cleaned up on this area. Lots of inflatables from the weekend. Back on chargers, but all of these bikes are running. The van's back alive and working again as well. I gotta go through and fix the truck, but I got one more load of garbage and then I'll deal with that one next week. But I need to get this thing done. So I'm gonna set you guys up in the corner, and all of the fab, everything else is kind of laid out and done on here. We're gonna blast this apart. I gotta pull the rear. There's not a lot, but gas tank's coming off, fender's coming off, sissy bar, headlight mount and bracket. And then the front end will have to come off because I didn't grease any of these. I knew it was just kind of mock-up-ish. We got the fork stops, aka chain thing, figured out. So we're gonna blast this apart right now. So grab some, well, I'll be playing some tunes. Grab a beer, sit back, relax, and enjoy a quick little time-lapse deal. Get the tank all prepped, ready to go. Oh, we do need to notch this fender. I want to do that before we coat it. So I got it kind of rough scribed out, but I can't do that until everything comes off. A little bit of touch-up paint on the frame. And we should be off to the races for final teardown and then final reassembly, if you will. So let me throw you guys up in the corner and let's get after it. I don't remember exactly where we left off. I'll be completely honest. The last handful of videos are probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks out. So I'm 2 weeks from real life time. So by the time you guys are seeing them, I've just been running around like crazy. But by the time I get done editing, posting, try and keep it a little bit closer to actual real life time, but it is what it is. No lies here. That's about where we're at. But we did do a teardown on this. I don't remember if that even made the cut for the video. If it did, cool. It's probably time-lapsed, but I got the rear wheel off. Everything else is done. Starter and bits are installed. Obviously, we haven't done any wiring yet. Repainted all of the touch-up areas, so we got a nice matching matte black everywhere on the frame now. Front end needs to come off still, but I think I want to reassemble the rear on all of this before I drop the front end, because then I can strap down the back of the bike and jack up the front. Otherwise, I gotta call a buddy and kind of play the pivot game on this scissor jack, and I really don't want to do that. So I got the tank and the fenders all coated underneath there. You'll see that when it's all done. Again, customer bike. I have no say in it other than do what they ask me to do. So we'll get all of this laid out, put back up. We can finally break the chain and fit that one up proper. Put the master link in once we get all the axle bits put back in. But we should be able to start reassembly. So I think I'm gonna throw you guys up on the tripod. I'm gonna do most of this in time lapse. I don't have to explain everything because we went through and built all of this. Finish welded the bracket for the fender mount. Got that all done. And we're in pretty good shape. I'm waiting on a V-twin order for the cable and some the ignition switch for the electric start. But we can at least get some of the hard mechanicals laid out, so we'll figure out the license plate mount. We'll get the axle back in, get the wheel back on, but we gotta start with the fender. So rather than me rambling, sit back, enjoy the tunes, and we'll get jamming on this thing.
Well, I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm living free. I ain't got a nickel or dime. I'm just living life in Tennessee, and I'm trying to catch a steamboat on time. Catch a steamboat on time, and I'm just a lonesome hobo, and there's nothing in the world for me, so I best just keep on moving, cause that's the way that life's gotta be. Well, I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm living free. I ain't got a nickel or dime. I'm just living life in Tennessee, and I'm trying to catch a steamboat on time. Living life in Tennessee, and I'm trying to catch a steamboat on time. Well, I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm living free. I ain't got a nickel or dime. I'm just living life in Tennessee, and I'm trying to catch a steamboat on time. Well, I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm living free. I
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tunes. I got pretty much everything mocked back up again, exactly like it was the other day. We are waiting on a box of parts, and hopefully that should give me I'm waiting on a brake light switch, banjo deal for here, brake line, ignition switch for the key. We're doing a momentary, so kind of car style. Click it on for ignition, all the way, turns the starter over, but that way you'll still have the option because this is a kicker bike after all. And I'm guessing we're probably gonna have to give this carb some love because it's been sitting a very long time on this motor. And we still gotta drop the front end, which I don't feel like taking apart right now. I'm tired. Been up way too long, working on too many different things. So I think I'll just start cleaning some stuff up. Front end will come off, and then when it all goes back together, we'll have grease in those front bearings. We'll retighten and grease all the rocker bits and get that done. I put the headlights on because those shouldn't get in my way. Tighten down these pinch clamps, and then I still don't know what we're doing for bars. These are dummy bars on there now. Not sure. I'll at least give him this once we get it back ground level to take a look and see what he wants to do. We can swap them out. I got some apes over there that I can narrow up. Got some stock style risers. It's standard Harley 3.5 spacing, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good. That's the first time the chain's actually been mounted and bolted up on here. Everything's tightened down. I did put this on, I don't know if the camera died or not, but took the axle nut off, put the license plate mount back on. It's gonna live on this side. Just kind of made the executive decision. The pipe should be just underneath it. And I am running the chain a little bit tighter than I would typically run, but it is a brand new chain. So it's not like too tight. I still have, play there, but I definitely want to leave that a little bit on the snugger side for a brand new setup because that will stretch. Don't want it pulling on the main shaft or anything, but a little less play is okay in my book. If I'm wrong, correct me. That's fine too. But that's where we're gonna leave this one for now. As soon as, depending on when parts show up, my goal is to have this one done in about a week or so, and then we're gonna start jamming on cutting that thing up. I might start doing that at some point midweek too if I get bored or get hung up on this. At least start cutting those back sections off so we can lay the bolts in, whatever. That's a whole different project. This is just where my head's at. Also spent the rest of the morning before putting this together. Got the truck fixed. Well, minus the leaking back tire and the dead battery. But finally emptied all the garbage out of there, so I gotta grab the cans out of that, reload that out here. The van is running again, running and driving. That's leaking a little bit of gas. Everything's broken. So I gotta patch one fuel line on there. But this one that was making all the death metal noises, and not death metal as in the music, but death metal on metal noises underneath the truck. I put it up on the lift after I emptied all the garbage today at the dumpster at the other shop. The cross-member mount that holds the carrier bearing for the split drive shaft was missing 2 bolts. So it's just been kind of walking around, which is exactly what it felt like. Got that all bolted up, and the truck is running great again. So we'll let the battery charge up, and then we'll start dailying that thing. Literally 10 minutes of work. I just haven't had time to think about it or neglected it for the last month and a half, and that's why I haven't been driving that truck, because typically that is my summer daily driver. It's a little bit more comfortable than the Falcon. The Falcon works fine too, but 'tis what it is. I like driving the truck, so I'm very happy about that. And hopefully we'll start. I got the soft tail back at home now. Figured I'd bring one back to the house. I'll probably end up bringing the chopper back over there too. And then these two, we'll kind of rotate through as we can. But right now, me riding takes less precedence than getting some of these bikes done and out of here. But there she is, almost looking like a bike. One day closer. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.